Radhe Radhe and Namaskaram and Pranams. We were discussing that the greatest miracle that one can ever encounter in one's life is a guru walking into our lives. And we are experiencing that, we are enjoying that with a lovely Madhura Geetam song, Guru Vendum, Guru Vendum. And today we shall see the second and the third stanzas of this song, which talks about even though our Guru's grace is costless, it causes all auspiciousness, all positivity, all divinity in our lives. Radhe Radhe. Let's start with a Dhyana Shloka of our Guru Maharaj. Kalage Sundarakaram Sadaika Priyadarshanam Ajnana Nashakam Devam Sadgurum Muralidharam Murali Mandita Karakamalam Munijana Mohanam Vyatyastapadam Vanamala Dharinam Prema Bhakta Mandala Nitya Kirtitam Premika Varadam Ashrayeham. Our Swamiji says, Guru Vendum, Guru Vendum. Each of us needs a Guru. Even our Guru feels or aspires for a Guru. Because even Bhagavan, when he comes down as Ramachandra Prabhu or Bhagavan Sri Krishna, wants a Guru. There is a joy in, apart from the wonderful benefits, if I can use the term, we get from serving a Guru or we get from attaining a Guru, there is a joy of just serving a Guru. There is a joy in serving somebody who is a very epitome of love. There is a joy in serving somebody who is a very epitome of selflessness. There is a joy in serving somebody who is a very epitome of divinity. Forget other things. Being a Sishya is a greater joy than even being a Guru, says the greatest of all Gurus, you see. And so here our Swamiji starts by saying that we need a Guru. And a Guru who has this kripa, this divine mercy, divine compassion which knows no reason, for that we certainly need a Guru. And we saw the first important effect our Guru has on us is slowly the poisoning of this worldliness in us is detoxicated. Vishayam Yendra Visham Muriya Guru Vendum. And then we start understanding the depth of bhakti and we start appreciating this concept of bhakti properly only when we come to the feet of a Guru, right? And so that's why he said, Bhakti in Aayam Purindu Bhakti Seidida. To appreciate the depth of this wonderful path called bhakti and to actually walk as a sadhana, as a means in the path of bhakti. We saw in Bhagavatam, bhakti is broadly categorized as sadhana bhakti, which means is practicing bhakti, and a perfected bhakta. You see, bhakti is endless, but a perfected bhakta becomes a perfected bhakta when he starts finding that spring of love, a spontaneity and a spring of love in his heart, constantly gushing towards his chosen deity, either a Guru or Bhagavan, right? So that's Siddha Bhakta or Sadhya Bhakta. So that's why in Bhagavatam in the 11th canto it is said, Bhaktya Sanjataya Bhaktya. They go in the path of bhakti, and from the sadhana bhakti comes what is called as Siddha Bhakti or Sadhya Bhakti. So the first step is we start withdrawing ourselves from too much being, indulging in this world. And slowly all our energy, all our vitality inside is channelized to bhakti. So this way we expand. And then the next step is, once we say bhakti marga, immediately satsangam. So our Swamiji in the next verse says, Sadhukal sangam kidaitida Guru Vendum, Guru Vendum. The most important function of a sadhu sangha is Shravanam, Kirtanam, and then that results in Smaranam. The essence of Bhagavata Dharma is very beautifully encapsulated in this one verse, which was blessed by our Shukamuni, where he says, Tasmaat Bharata Sarvatma Bhagavan Ishvaro Harihi Shrotavyaha Kirtitavyascha Smartavyascha Ichchata Bhayam. So once we listen, and we listen to the stories given by sadhus, and that is actually blessed by a guru only. A real sadhu sangha is only a guru's blessings. Generally, a sadhu sangha gravitates towards itself as a lovely company, as a commune, because of a shared love for a guru. Real sadhus, right? They come together, or they have a shared love for the path shown by the guru, Bhagavata Dharma. That can be blessed only by a guru. Guru would either physically point out, or he ensures that we are surrounded by sadhus. So sadhu sanghas, two important purposes. The guru is pushing us into a sadhu sangha where we can listen to Bhagavad Katha, which is fundamentally very important. And the second reason for importance of a sadhu sangha is we actually sing Bhagavan Nama, right? So these are the two aspects, which is listening and singing. So possibly rasikyam, that sadhukal sangam kidaitida, for me to be in a sadhu sangha, we need a guru, we need a guru. So first we need a guru is for Shravanam, listening to Bhagavad Katha, which is the seed for bhakti. And the second is for Kirtanam, which is the nourishment for this sapling called Bhakti. And then comes this wonderful joy of remembering, Smaranam. Then our almost done. So two Guru Vendums here for Shravanam and Kirtanam possibly. And then comes a special love for Harinamam. Harinamam na vil ninrida, Guru Vendum, Guru Vendum. Who does not know Ramakrishna Govinda? Even a person who is not in satsang, even a person who is not blessed by a guru, if he has some roots in Bharatiya Samskriti, that person, he or she would certainly say Ramakrishna Govinda, or for some reason. It will come at times, it won't come at times when we need it the most. Tuyar varil, adaimin, may not come. When adversity strikes, possibly we forget a divine name. But for the divine name, a beautiful word used by our Swamiji is Nindrida, to stay put in our tongues. Harinamam na vil Nindrida. And the Nama should stay put in our tongues, especially during the times of adversity. Tuyarilir Solinum Nandram. So generally the world's experiences are divided into adversity and prosperity, which is what is called Sampat and Vipat. And to continuously chant the name during Sampat and Vipat, we need Guru for both. So Guru Vendum, for the name to stay in our lips during the times of adversity. Guru Vendum, a Guru is needed for the name to stay in our lips during the times of prosperity. Even during adversity, some fortunate few may actually remember Bhagavan's names in their lips, but to actually remember Bhagavan during the times of prosperity and during the times of comfort, etc., that takes tremendous grace, isn't it? So Guru Vendum, the name in my lips during the times of adversity, Guru Vendum. Even more, when things are going smooth, instead of the ego taking over my heart and hence some other random words taking over my tongue, let the divine gratitude take over my heart. And the divine names of the Bhagavan, Krishna Nama, which has been blessed by my Guru, take over my tongue. So, Harinamam na vil ninrida, for us to constantly chant Mahamantra, we need a Guru. It is not our efforts, it is His blessings. Etan nirvidhyamananam ichchatamakutto bayam yoginam nripa nirnitam harer namanu kirtanam. It says, our Shukamuni says, of all Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, he picks up Nama Kirtanam as the jewel among the three. It is what is called as the center jewel among these three. We call Nadu Nayakam, na? And so that is the beauty of Harinama. To have that Harinama dancing eternally in our lips, for that we need Guru. For that we need Guru. that Harinama can stand in our lips in two ways. Rama, 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 as a japam. For that we need a guru, first guru vendum. It can also dance in our lips as Hare Rama, as Kirtanam. So Nama Japam, we need guru. Nama Kirtanam, we need guru. So Guru Vendum, Karanamatra Guru Arul, Vendave Vendum. And then comes an important flowering of what is called as Jnana, Jnanam. So here, once we go to Satsanga and we make the best out of Satsanga, we are completely open, our heart flowers down to this wonderful sunlight of Guru's grace, then a lovely nectar is felt in our heart of Jnana. And so he says, Jnana Yogam Kaikudida Guru Vendum. For me to actually embrace this Jnana Yoga, which means I understand who I am, I understand who my Lord is, I understand the relationship between me and Bhagavan, that's Jnana Yoga. My Swarupa, Bhagavat Swarupa, Swarupa means my intrinsic self, my true self, and Bhagavan's true self. And how am I connected, associated with Bhagavan? These three are the basics of Jnana Yoga for a Bhagavata Dharma person. So here, for me to actually actualize Jnana Yoga, our Swamiji says, Guru Vendum. And then comes the most important blessings of a Guru. Generally the world, we started with a miracle, na? These so-called worldly miracles are results of either some degraded spirits being caught by a person, a magician, and it does a lot of stuff which is unnatural, but it's going to really hit both the person who is a recipient of this unnatural miracle and the giver of the unnatural miracle. Or the second type of these miracles come because of yoga siddhis. So only when we go to a genuine guru, we are not attracted by or we are not drawn by these exhibition of unnatural powers, you see. Not only in others, but also aspiring for it myself. Power is not spirituality. Prema is spirituality. Controlling others is not spirituality. To be completely in submission to the divine Lord and to our beloved Guru is spirituality, right? Possession of powers is not spirituality. Our Swamiji says, submitting the possessor to the feet of Bhagavan is spirituality. And so he says, until we have a Guru, we may be waylaid, we may be distracted from the spiritual path, and rather aspire for all these yogic siddhis. They have Ashtamaha Siddhi, starting with Anima and Lagima, Garima, Mahima, etc. All these where I can increase my weight, I can make myself light, I can fly, I can understand what others are thinking, I can control others. Ishita, all that. A true devotee, a true aspirant for the highest spirituality won't be drawn by all that. And for that, we need a guru. So the two Guru Vendums here is not to be drawn by a person who has, or not to be drawn towards a person who has such 8 Mahasiddhis. We need a Guru. Not to actually aspire for all these 8 Siddhis for me. We need a Guru. So, Attama Siddhigalil Mayangadirika Guru Vendum. And then the final charana. Prema Bhaktiyil Nilaitida. See how beautifully our Swamiji is building. When we go to a Guru, first the mind which runs towards the worldly objects is now held in check, and slowly the mind is drawn towards Bhagavan. And then this energy of running after worldly stuff, running after some high ambitions, etc., running after power, running after name, running after fame, etc., is drawn towards running towards satsanga. So, and focusing all our energies and vitality in the bhakti marga. So the prayers will continue. Earlier, before I went to a guru, my prayers was, I want to be successful, I want to be powerful, all of these people should actually like me, they should do my bidding, etc. But then, after I go to a guru, my prayers change. Let my heart be filled with love. Let me love everybody. And let me be a humble servant of this whole world. And let me submit myself to the lotus feet of a guru. Let me submit myself to the lotus feet of Bhagavan. So the whole prayer changes, because now all this running after the world is now rechannelized back into running after divine love. And then our Swamiji says, the satsanga happens and the divine name stands in our lips. So if you want, our Swamiji says, bhakti means nama. Nama means bhakti. If we can somehow hold the nama all the time in our lips, our Swamiji says, this is bhakti, this is moksha, this is samadhi, this is yoga, this is everything. Because nama is God, Bhagavan. Bhagavan is nama, they are inseparable. Nami namnor abhedena, Krishna namaiva megati. So here, our Swamiji very beautifully shows the sign of satsanga and Guru Kripa working is very simple. Don't look anywhere else, look at our tongue. If the divine name persists and stands in our tongue as a permanent resident, it means Hari has taken our heart as his permanent abode. And then our bhakti is now stable. And then comes jnana. Jnana means realizing myself, realizing the divine, Bhagavan, realizing who my guru is. Maybe he will show himself. And then what happens is, we are not drawn. The Ashtama Siddhi will stand like this, waiting for our bidding. If we do a true Guru Kainkarya, nothing else is required, no sadhana required. Ashtama Siddhi becomes slaves of a person who obeys a Guru, who goes in the path shown by the Guru. Because these Ashtama Siddhis want to please this Guru, because even the yogis, Durlabham for Vaikuntham, Guru opens it up. So these Ashtama Siddhis are slaves of yogis. So they come begging, please take me up. But we won't be drawn by that. There are life stories of inspiring saints and devotees and bhaktas where this all these Ashtama Siddhis came begging. Here Ashtama Siddhiyil Mayangadirika Guru Vendum, and then comes Prema Bhaktiyil Nilaitida. The fruit of jnana is prema. You see, prema is the highest. So the fruit after jnana, after being stern that I won't give in into all this Ashtama Siddhi, which is all these mystical powers of a yogi, comes the finale of Prema Bhakti. Prema Bhakti yil nilaitida Guru Vendum, Guru Vendum. To be in that state of Prema Bhakti, with all the signs of Prema Bhakti, whatever is given to us, like shedding tears of joy when we listen to Krishna Nama, or listen to Krishna Katha, or remember Krishna Prema, or remember the Kripa of our Guru on us, Prema Bhakti. Constant thoughts about Bhagavan and Guru, Prema Bhakti. Constantly wanting to be of service to Guru and Bhagavan, Prema Bhakti. So he is saying, Prema Bhakti yil nilaitida Guru Vendum, Guru Vendum. Here he is saying, for us to be in this being of Prema Bhakti, it's not doing, it's not thinking, it's a state of being, it's our core of our very existence. For us to have this immense love towards the divine couple, Srimati Radharani and Sri Premika Vardhan, we need a Guru. And of course, to actually have the same love towards our Guru also, we need a Guru. For Guru Prema and Yugala Prema, we need Guru, you see. And so he is saying, we need a Guru to taste that which we can't even imagine. That which is true for Brahman is true for Prema also. It is beyond words, it is beyond thoughts. It's a great, joyful, blissful experience. So for that, Guru Vendum. For that Prema towards a Guru, Guru Vendum. Prema towards the Yugala, Guru Vendum. Or to have this wonderful Prema Bhakti, we need a Guru. And finally, Antima Kalatil Smaritida Guru Vendum. We need the Guru to have this smarana of our beloved Guru Maharaj in our last breath. In Tamil, it's a wonderful, it has two suggestive meanings. One is for us to actually remember when we give up our breath, we need a guru. Whom would we think about? We see the divinity in form of our guru, so that would be my thought when I leave this body, if I am very fortunate and blessed by my guru. So I need somebody to remember when I leave this body, so that I will never take another body. For that, I need a guru to remember in my last breath. Or Antima Kalatil Smaritida means I need a guru so that I get Ante Narayana Smritihi. I need a guru who would remember me when I am about to leave up my body, so that I can remember either my guru or a different form of a guru called Bhagavan. So here very beautifully our Swamiji concludes this beautiful Madhura Geetam, a wonderful Madhura Geetam, which we need to reinforce to realize the fortune, Bhagyam, where he says, Antima Kalatil Smaritida Guru Vendum, Guru Vendum, for me to remember in my last breath, for my last breath to go as Narayana or Guru Maharaj, instead of Ayo Amma, I need a guru to bless me with the Antima Smarana, or I need a guru who would remember me. He knows na when I will go, when I will live, all that he knows. I need a guru who actually will do Smarana of me. He would remember me when I am about to give up my body, so that I would never have to come back to take another body to roll in this miserable samsara. Or for me to remember Narayana in my last breath, I need a guru who blesses me with Antima Smaranam, or for Narayana to remember me when I am about to give up my body, a guru has to go and plead with Bhagavan, saying, Krishna, this fellow belongs to you, don't look at his defects, take him in his feet. When he pleads with Bhagavan that way, Bhagavan will remember me, I will remember Bhagavan. So, Antima Kalatil Smaritida Guru Vendum, for me to remember Guru and for Guru to remember me. Antima Kalatil Smaritida Guru Vendum, for Bhagavan to remember me so that I can remember Bhagavan in my last breath. For all these reasons, I need a Guru. And we are all blessed with this Guru. And on this auspicious time, when we are all remembering with gratitude the tremendous costless mercy our Guru has bestowed upon us, I thought this is a perfect Sri Madhura Geetam to actually remember, to celebrate our fortune. Now we will have this entire song sung so that you can enjoy the whole song in one go, musically, in a sweet voice. Radhe Radhe, Happy Diwali and Happy Guru Jayanti.
வேண்டவே வேண்டும் குரு வேண்டும் குரு வேண்டும் குரு வேண்டும் குரு வேண்டும் காரணமற்ற குருவருள் வேண்டவே வேண்டும் விஷயம் என்ற விஷமுரிய குரு வேண்டும் பக்தியின் ஆழம் புரிந்து பக்தி செய்திட குரு வேண்டும் குரு வேண்டும் விஷயம் என்ற விஷமுரிய குரு வேண்டும் குரு வேண்டும் பக்தியின் ஆழம் புரிந்து பக்தி செய்திட குரு வேண்டும் குரு வேண்டும் குரு வேண்டும் குரு வேண்டும் குரு வேண்டும் குரு வேண்டும் காரணமற்ற குருவருள் வேண்டவே வேண்டும் சாதுக்கள் சங்கம் கிடைத்திட குரு வேண்டும் குரு வேண்டும் ஹரிநாமம் நாவில் நின்றிட குரு வேண்டும் குரு வேண்டும் சாதுக்கள் சங்கம் கிடைத்திட குரு வேண்டும் குரு வேண்டும் ஹரிநாமம் நாவில் நின்றிட குரு வேண்டும் குரு வேண்டும் குரு வேண்டும் குரு வேண்டும் குரு குருவருள் வேண்டவே வேண்டும். ஞான யோகம் கைகூடிட குரு வேண்டும் குரு வேண்டும். அஷ்டமா சித்திகளில் மயங்காதிருக்க குரு வேண்டும் குரு வேண்டும். ஞான யோகம் கைகூடிட குரு வேண்டும் குரு வேண்டும். அஷ்டமா சித்திகளில் மயங்காதிருக்க குரு வேண்டும் குரு வேண்டும். குரு வேண்டும் குரு வேண்டும் குரு வேண்டும் குரு வேண்டும். காரணமற்ற குருவருள் வேண்டவே வேண்டும். பிரேம பக்தியில் நிலைத்திட குரு வேண்டும் குரு வேண்டும். அந்திம காலத்தில் ஸ்மரித்திட குரு வேண்டும் குரு வேண்டும். பிரேம பக்தியில் நிலைத்திட குரு வேண்டும் குரு வேண்டும். அந்திம காலத்தில் ஸ்மரித்திட குரு வேண்டும் குரு வேண்டும். குரு வேண்டும் குரு வேண்டும் குரு வேண்டும் குரு வேண்டும். காரணமற்ற குருவருள் வேண்டவே வேண்டும். காரணமற்ற குருவருள் வேண்டவே வேண்டும்.
and happy
காரணமற்ற குருவருள்